There are many versions of the story of creation, especially as it relates to the story of Adam and Eve. But when we begin to look at these stories metaphysically, we will understand that it's not talking about a man or a woman in the past. It's actually talking about the evolution of human consciousness. So I'd like to share with you another version of the process of creation, especially where the evolution of human consciousness is concerned. And I'm going to read it for you. Into the human family was born a child of the lights. Unaware of her divine nature, she grew up believing herself to be just another human being with the limitations of human existence. As she started growing up, she began to identify herself with her physical body and her personality. Unaware also of her connection to the source of all things, she began to look for peace, joy, abundance, fulfillment, even supply outside of herself. Life seemed hard and sometimes even scary. Very often she felt like a victim of the world all around her. She did not realize that she was actually creating her reality with the limiting beliefs she had about herself. As life continued with the ups and downs of her circumstances, her inner world appeared to reflect that by a roller coaster of different emotions. There was something within herself, though, that felt like there was more to life than what she was experiencing. Her soul, aware of what it was like to be connected to the source of all things, longed to regain that connection. As she continued looking outside of herself to fulfill the longing of her soul, at one point, all doors closed. She had her back up against the wall, and she had no choice but to surrender. In that surrendering, she was able to make her first conscious contact with the source of all things within herself, gently showing her the divine nature of her own being and revealing the pathway back home from where she could eventually claim dominion over all her creations. With that glimpse, she became passionate on following the lead and guidance that was given to her from within. She also realized that everyone around her was in the same predicament. Unaware of their own divinity and power to create, they kept themselves in limitation by their own limiting beliefs about themselves. She then made a commitment to fully awaken to the reality behind the visible and become an instrument for the awakening of others. The story of this being of light is indeed the story of all of us. Let us return home and awaken to our true nature as unlimited beings of light. And another thing that we learn on the path is that as we begin to recognize the light within ourselves and we are able to see the light in other people, that vision, that seeing is precisely what's going to help them see the light within themselves. So let us just hold hands and awaken together so we can set not only ourselves free, but the whole of humanity. Thanks for watching. Namaste.